Hey everybody, it's me, Hetty, and we're gonna make garlic croutons. If you've never made these and you love croutons for your salad, and you can even make them into plain croutons if you follow everything I'm doing, just leave the garlic out. But my family loves garlic croutons, as do I, and that is what we're making. It's so simple. First of all, I just have a French baguette I had left over, and I was gonna make more garlic bread out of it, but I didn't, so I said, hey, I'll do croutons for our salads. So anyway, I've just cubed them up, and as the video progresses, I'll just show you how simply I saved a few little slices to show you how I cut them. You can cut them like you want to. You don't want them too small. I probably wouldn't go less than an inch cube, but that's just me. This is some of my wonderful oven roasted garlic. Makes it so simple. I just took some out of the freezer, nuked it for about 10 seconds, came in, mashed it up with my fork, and it's ready to roll. Don't have to saute. I don't have to worry about burning the garlic in the toasting process. None of the above. This is already done, ready to go. Made this really fast. Now, I'm going to show you all the other ingredients as we progress, but right now I'm just going to show you what I'm using so I can move on, because I'm going to have to put this olive oil with this garlic to infuse it. All right, I have a half of a stick of butter, which is a 1/4 cup of butter, unsalted. I have a 1/4 cup of a good quality olive oil. My family loves garlic, and this is such a wonderful flavor. I've probably got about 5 cloves worth in the bottom of this bowl. I'm going to have freshly ground black pepper. I'm going to be using my sea crystals today, sea salt crystals today, Malden. And I already showed you the bread. And I believe the bread was, I don't know, 10 ounces or 11 ounces. I already know that this is going to be about 5 cups of bread cubes. You can use any bread you want to. You can use sourdough, you can use whatever you want to use. White bread might be a little too thin, but Texas toast would be excellent. And anyway, that's kind of it. So the first things first is, I'm just going to pour this olive oil in with my garlic. I'm going to come back in with the same fork that I mashed them up with. Now, if you were using fresh garlic, you just mince it and do this. It's worth it, y'all. It's the secret process to the amazing croutons. And I'm just going to make sure this is getting covered and infused and broken up enough so it can mix with the oil. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to let this sit for about 20-30 minutes, maybe even longer. I'm not really ready. I just want to I wouldn't even have melted that butter yet, but I just wanted to show y'all how simple this was. This is it, y'all. This is it. Mouth-watering croutons for soup, salad, whatever you like them with. This particular crouton is excellent on a Caesar salad. Oh, you just can't go wrong with it. Okay, well, when it's been enough time, I'll come back. Alrighty, we're back. Oh, it's been about an hour, actually. I got busy doing other things. And sometimes I do not use all the garlic, but I definitely use it to infuse the garlic, and then I'll save it for something else if I'm not going to use all of it for the croutons. Like maybe even the next batch of croutons. But anyway, I've gotten about 5 or 6 worth of cloves out. So here's what I do next. I just come in and I pour the olive oil, infused garlic olive oil rather, into the butter. And then I just stir that up, and we're going to move on from that for just a moment. I'm going to set it to the side, and I saved 3 little slices of the bread. This is one of those little baguettes. You can use it, like I said, you can use any kind of bread you want. You can use white bread if you want to. And a lot of people cut the crust off. I just find that unnecessary, but if you don't like crust, by all means, it's yours, cut it off. I'm gonna make a mess of it, aren't I? Always do. And I am working around a tripod, if I can speak, and you know, I don't have that long arms, so it's quite a stretch. So I'm a little awkward. But I know people will ask, so see, I just cut mine about like this, because I've got one of those you saw the size, you see the size of this bread. I mean, it's not very big around. So I cut them in quarters. If they're bigger, of course, I've cut them into eighths and, you know, etc., etc. All right, that's it. So I'm going to transfer this to a bowl and then we'll come right back. Okay, I'm going to show you how I prepare my cookie sheet, which is very simple. And also then we're going to season these. And for the record, I put in most of my garlic into the butter and olive oil mixture. Let me get a paper towel. And you didn't miss anything. You literally missed me going like this, which I'll be doing right before I drizzle this over the croutons anyway. I don't keep bumping everything. So what I want to do is I'm going to just take a second here and show you how I do my cookie sheet. All right, so I've got a piece of parchment paper to fit this cookie sheet. And you want to be able to have a single layer. And the only other thing I do, you could actually brush it with a little oil if you want to, if you don't use Pam, but I just do a little light spray of Pam, and then this stays in place better. That goes for cakes or anything, and it will not affect the food. See that? Well, I'm gonna straighten it off camera, but anyway, you get the idea. Done. Setting to the side for a moment. All right, back to the croutons. All right, so we have our garlic, butter, olive oil mixture. And whatever you do, if you're using fresh garlic, do not, I repeat, do not have big hunks of garlic. You need it so thinly minced, thinly sliced and thinly minced. Otherwise, your butter will burn. Hence why years ago, I went to my roasted garlic. I'm not saying I don't use fresh garlic for things, because I do. I constantly have it on hand. But I'm saying for just stuff like this, and so many other recipes you've seen me use, I'm gonna hold back just a little bit of that. I'm gonna come in and you're just gonna toss this. Trying to coat as much of the bread as you can. Just keep stirring. Whoops, stirred out. He doesn't want to go. All right, let me walk around the tripod and get him. And you go. And of course, I sterilize and everything. I know this table's old and beat up, but everything before I shoot a video is sterilized and cleaned, sometimes twice. All right, now I'm just gonna dump this out and toss. And I'm coated pretty well. So moving on, I'm gonna come in and I'm using my salt crystals. Y'all know I've been talking about them for a little bit, last few videos, I think, if I've used salt. And these are really good. If you've just got regular salt, just shake it a little bit on there. But these are really good. They're large salt crystals. Here, I'll show you in my hand. See? These are sea salt crystals, Malden. I get a big bucket of them. I've been using them for a while, but it dawned on me I hadn't been using them in videos. My kids think I'm crazy. I have so many kinds of salt in the house. I've got French salt, several kinds. I've got, you name it, Himalayan pink salt, blah, 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 blah. Kosher, canning, you name it. All right, so now I've got my salt mixed in. I'm gonna come in with my pepper. I'm not gonna add too much, but I'm gonna add enough. I'll stir that up, toss it, and see how it looks. Oh yeah, that's looking great. I think I'm gonna hit it with the pepper a little bit more. And of course that's to taste. You don't want to over salt them though. All right, so remember we've got that garlic on there. And you know what? Heck, I'm going for it, y'all. We love garlic. I'm throwing that in there. That's the rest of the garlic. Spread it across and toss it a little bit. All right, we're gonna be ready to throw this on the cookie sheet. I'm heating my oven right now, 400, and we're gonna go in between, say 14 to 16 minutes. Remember, everybody's oven's different. We've had that conversation a million times. Now, the key here is single layer. They need to be on a single layer, spread out as much as you can. And y'all are about to get to see a Christmas present I got for Christmas from my sweet boys. I say boys. 25, 24, and 20. Paid for themselves. But you know, y'all, we were so sick on Christmas. We didn't have our Christmas till January. In our house, everything, that's how sick we were. Everything was just under the tree. All right. I think we had soup on Christmas Day for the first time in my life. And we were so sick on New Year's for the first time in my life. In my whole life. Except maybe my first Christmas, because I would have only been 4 months old. But even after that, I guarantee you my mother mashed them up and gave them to me. I didn't have black-eyed peas, y'all. And greens and all that good stuff, and cornbread for New Year's Day. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll have luck anyway. All right, we're going over to the oven. So join me. Let's go. Okay, y'all. I got one of those newfangled countertop toaster oven, convection oven. It does rotisserie. It does so much. And I just love it. We use it almost every single day. Now I'm going to position the camera where y'all can, I just love this, y'all. I got it for Christmas. It's great. Anyway, I'm going to position this where you can see this getting toasted in time lapse though, and you can enjoy my husband's music while we do it. Okay, let's get to it. Okay, I apologize for this camera angle. What I'm going to do is, they are looking great. I'm going to come in, I'm going to check. I'm sorry, I just I'm probably going to flip them. I'm going to turn them in and put them in probably another, I don't know, up to 4 minutes. And I'll bring you back when they're done. And you can see with a better light too. I'll show you. They're so wonderful. I wish y'all could smell this. You know, I've told you this a million times. I sure wish y'all could smell this. All right. I'll bring you back. Alrighty, I just took these out. They look done to perfection. They're hot as blue blazes and they look amazing. So after these cool off in a minute, I will show you the finishing touch. It's not another ingredient or anything like that. It's just they're too hot to handle right now, and I want to give it the old fork test. In so many of these videos, you know, you see the chef scraping, so I want to show you how crispy these are. They are amazing. They smell amazing. And even though they weren't all the way done a minute ago, when I talked to you a minute ago, I did sneak one out and taste it. And yum, yum, yum. So anyway, after these cool, I'll bring you right back. For you, it'll be like not even a second. But I did want to mention, before I go, the other thing that you could do, and sometimes I do it, and I failed to mention that to you today, but when I'm tossing them, sometimes I'll come in with a couple of teaspoons of just dried parsley, and then I toss it like that. And if you're being fancy, it gives it an extra little flair. It's okay, it's fine. Number one, we're eating ours with just a regular garden salad. But the reason you don't want to use, and trust me, I've tried, the fresh parsley would burn before they can toast. And herein lies the problem. Also, with if you don't do your garlic just right, if you're using fresh garlic, it's got to be very thin and minced very thin. Otherwise, you're going to have burned garlic before, you're going to have big hunks of burned garlic, is what I'm trying to say. So years ago, like I said, I made the switch to my oven roasted garlic, and I honestly have not had any burned garlic croutons ever again. So you can try it my way, and I'll put a link right here to my oven roasted garlic. So simple to do, so easy to do. And once you do it, you always have garlic on hand, ready to go. And you don't have to worry about burning garlic. Even when you're sauteing, it's so easy. I see even chefs throwing in their garlic right when they're starting the saute, and garlic can get bitter if it's burnt. So anyway, I'm gonna shut up. When these cool off, I'll bring you back to the forecast. All right, everybody, there's our beautiful garden salad. And I'm just gonna pick a crouton up. Let me get my microphone closer. All right, I'm holding it right by the microphone so you can hear. You ready? They taste so good. And now, the finishing touch. Had to put my microphone back on, folks. I'm just gonna come in and, well, if I can actually get it in the salad, it'll go right there. All right, I'm just gonna sprinkle them over. You don't need to have a whole bowl full, but you'll be wanting to sneak them. I've had to be slapping some hands off while they were cooling, I can tell you. Okay guys, this happens to be my husband's salad. So with that, I ask you, excuse me sir, would you care to have some freshly ground black pepper on your salad?
I believe so, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for watching. See y'all later. Bye. You want to say bye, darling?
Bye.